Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. So, season 11, episode 15 just came out on AMC Plus. So, spoiler warning if you haven't seen that yet. Now, I want to thank you guys. Coming up to 300 subscribers here on the channel. These last few videos, you guys have really popped off on. So, thank you guys. I would like to hit that 300 mark as soon as possible. So, if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Drop a like button. Also, comment below what you guys' thoughts on episode 15 was. And yeah, so this episode. It really sets up a crazy Part B finale. Like, if you've seen that promo trailer for the next episode, like, it has potential. I don't want to promise you it's going to be anything crazy, but it looks like it's going to be good, and I hope to God it is really good. But the main storyline was, follow up with what happened at the apartment complex with Gabriel and Aaron, Maggie and the Hilltop. And yeah, with like Hornsby was calling their bluff right away, like basically saying that they were able to survive but nobody else was. And like Daryl kind of backs him up, like, we've been on the road a long time, they can handle themselves. Like, Daryl's in this weird in between place the whole episode where he's obviously part of the Commonwealth, but he's trying to keep him and his people safe. And he's like, him and Aaron and Gabriel have like this weird, like, between like kind of like looks that they're giving each other, and just kind of like like Daryl's reading the situation. He knows something's up and he kind of maybe has an idea. Like, you kind of get the sense through it, but like all that leads them back to the hilltop, and it's just like this weird game where like building the tension, like, Lance going to try to start the truck that supposedly doesn't run anymore that Maggie had at that place, and they saw tire marks, and even to like Lance putting the hat on Herschel that was found there, that was Herschel's hat. It was just a bunch of crazy like cat and mouse things, like just games. This episode did a great job at playing mind games with you. Like, the episode was crazy without like being really like, is it weird to say it's crazy, but it wasn't crazy at the same time? Like, it was a really good episode. It sets up a lot. You get why? Yeah. So but like it ends up coming down to that standoff. This is the also where like we see the scene when Daryl's approaching the hilltop doors, and they definitely, without context, when they showed us that clip at an episode 9, it definitely, now that we've seen the story, it makes more sense on why Daryl was in it. We thought maybe Daryl was like against Maggie, but no, like he was actually being cool with Maggie, trying to make it smooth for both parties. And yeah, but at the same time, Daryl has Maggie's back. Like when Lance is trying to talk to Herschel and get it out of him and won't let him go, and then wow, what's his name? I can't. Elijah like pins Lance against the wall, and like everything kind of goes down. Daryl had Maggie's back over the Commonwealth's back, which Lance ended up backing down. Finally, he was gonna leave at that point, but like he was, Lance pulling a real dick move and talking to. Actually, while we're talking about that, like Daryl dropped the big F bomb. Something real fucking bad happened, I believe it was. Sorry if you didn't want to hear that, but I mean, it is what it is. I'm sorry. But so yeah, like Daryl is definitely on both sides. So obviously now the Commonwealth is gonna go look for more, try to like look for more evidence. And it was made to believe, like, because the one of the Commonwealth soldiers goes up and approaches Lance, and this is like the big reveal. It ends up being, so they find Leah. I thought maybe they're gonna find more evidence or maybe find those people. We don't know where the people at the hill from the apartment complex are hiding. We just know that they're somewhere kind of by the hilltop. And like, I wonder, because like when they were pulling up on the hilltop, Daryl focused on a certain part of the hilltop, like really, really fondly. So I'm wondering if that's where they're at. But um, Leah, the Commonwealth soldiers found Leah, which she kills a few of them. But then we come, so, and she's obviously the one who stole the goods that kind of started this whole thing in the first place. And basically, Lance is about to hire her like like he did with Toby, but it appears that her target's going to be Maggie. And Leah's going to be 100% down with this, because with the conclusion in episode 9 of, Maggie fucking her family. There, I just dropped another F bomb. Sorry, guys. Um, but yeah, basically, just fucking up everything there. It's happening at this point. Like, Leah's gonna be down. It will be really curious to see the line drawn, because Daryl's not gonna want to put either one down. but he's like definitely gonna side with Maggie over the top of anything of the three different like collision and groups that's happening right now with Leah, Commonwealth, and the group of our collected like Hilltop, Alexandria, and all that. And it sets up what looks like it's gonna be a really crazy like conflict between this group for the next episode. And that's not the only thing that happened here. There was just a bunch of crazy little setup. We have, we've seen the list that Connie got under the door, and basically, like, what end up calling that in is Rosita wanted to have Eugene tell, or Rosita and Eugene, which she told Eugene, wanted to tell Connie and Kelly about the whole like Sebastian and the money lot, like going to like the money heist thing, and that's where Connie pulls out that um little note with all the names because she recognizes the name April of the girl that Rosita brought up and points it out. And then Rosita makes the observation that that list is much bigger than what they were told. So there might be something even more than that going on with that list, but that is definitely part of it. So it's not like CRM or any of that locate. I know, guys, we want to connect everything to Rick. We really do. I think we need to be patient with it though. I want it as bad as you guys, but not everything is going to be about Rick. And I understand. I want it to be too, but I think there's a part of us we got to kind of let a little bit of that go and just let them tell the good story. And if they throw something with Rick in, be excited as hell. You know what I mean? That's just kind of like my personal take on it. But yeah, so like they need more information. So this like kind of triggers Eugene to talk to Stephanie. And that's when Stephanie gets the reveal of what happened. And she goes and talks to Mercer. And then Mercer is like going through all this stuff, which he had like a little cool thing in the beginning. Like Mercer and Princess are their relationship is growing. We have a bunch of like relationships kind of starting this season, I've noticed. Maybe I'll need to talk about that in the video, but like yeah, Mercer and Princess are having a really good relationship, and she notices something's off like with him mentally, so she's kind of asking, and he's kind of standoffish. But then after this talk with his sister about how he could make this place so much better, and I guess he is really just a poster or whatever, like because Mercer's really inspirational to the people of the Commonwealth, so like she thinks that he could do better, which based off what I've seen so far, I would like to believe that. And so he opens up to Princess about how he had to kill those soldiers and stuff, and like thinking that would make her run away. She's like, "Hey, I have personal experience dealing with like this hard to think about stuff too. We can do this together." And what was really cool about this is like their new relationship. That's like we can figure out all this stress and all this stuff together and make it better. And then on the flip side, we have Eugene and Stephanie, where Stephanie's thinking that she's gonna have to step up to do something. I think like she's scared if she steps up to do something, they're gonna send her away. But Eugene's like, hey, you don't have to do it alone. Like both of Mercer and Stephanie. Well, I guess it's Max. I'm calling her Stephanie. Mercer and Max. They basically, and I guess Mercer's first name is Michael, but they're having like a really like I don't how do I word it? They're having a really dependable relationship. Like the people that they're in developing a relationship have their back. Like they have like we got this. Like you don't have to do this alone. Like companionship. And I think that's really cool for both of them, and it's really cool for Eugene because that guy deserves it. Like that man's been through a lot of he deserves it. I think we all agree on that, and it's just really cool seeing Mercer and Princess together. One second. Because like when Mercer's talking to Princess, you see a different side of Mercer. You see him talk differently. You see like not just like this cold, like stone faced guy with not many like he has layers. He's definitely more than just like a police officer, army man, and that's what's really cool. And then like the other kind of thing that was going on in this episode was Ezekiel getting Tommy to make like steal supplies from the hospital because well, we come to find out we didn't know what they were going to end up being for. We knew someone needed an operation, but Ezekiel back at the petting zoo, back in the veterinarian area, they said like a free clinic. It seemed like a free clinic or something for people that can like need help but just don't have a chance. And this was all stemmed because like when Carol did all this crazy stuff to get get Ezekiel bumped up in line, and she said that like, you're someone that can make things better, and you're special, and blah blah. So he just took that to heart, and like decided to do something that makes it different, makes that place better, and they have this really crazy surgery that ends up being successful. That like apparently went a little bit wrong, but Tommy handled it, and everything looks like it should be in the right path. You kind of get like the scene between Ezekiel and Carol right before that, where she's like, we're not getting back together, when they're talking about like the light of the future and stuff like that. And he's like, yeah, you keep saying that, which kind of hints that they, if we're not going to get Carol and Daryl, give us Ezekiel and Carol back. I'm down. I like them too. I love them two characters that have lived long past their comic counterparts, and I'm here for it. I'm so here for it. But yeah, like, so we got, it's kind of funny because, um, like in the beginning of their scenes, like Ezekiel wanted to go show Carol about this, but she was too busy, and he was kind of like suspicious of what her job was entitling now, because it was like it was hinted it wasn't at the bake shop anymore. Well, when Ezekiel and Tommy get arrested, Carol gets everything niched and taken care of for them, and he's like, I was hoping that was like your new job, because he knew that she did something pretty big to be able to like had some kind of position of weird, like craziness to be able to out of the get Ezekiel bumped up in line. So yeah, really crazy setup episode. The promo, which I'll have a video out either later on Sunday or on Monday, talking about the promo trailer for the Part B finale. I I don't want to promise you guys it's going to be great, but it looks like it's going to be great. I'm really excited. It looks like it's going to be fun. And then after that, guys, it's 8 more episodes of The Walking Dead and it's done. We, but don't worry, like we have Fear coming up here in a couple weeks. We have the spinoff for Fear. Like we have Tales of Walking Dead this summer. We have the 2 spinoffs announced for Carol and Daryl, and also Negan and Maggie for sometime maybe next year or maybe a little bit later down the road. Would love to get some Rick related news, whether that be a movie or there is the rumors of that being switched over to a series with Michonne and Rick, which I mean, I think a movie would be super dope. I'm 100% down with it, but I'm down with either or because I just want more Walking Dead content when it comes down to it. This is one of my favorite TV shows for the last like 6, 7 years. I started a little late watching this stuff, but I love it. I've read the comics. The only thing I haven't done is the Telltale games, just because I'm not really into them. But like the stories are dope, and I'm here for it. And yeah, let me know what you guys thought down in the comments. I'm gonna get out of the video today. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you're new. And yeah, we'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.